You motherfucker. So that, in the sense of, because you invited me to do the solo show. And
so Emeroy has been the consistent solo of exhibition.
Solo choreographer. Like the first one I did was a solo. I was scared because I was like, "Fuck, man! Did I say yes?" You said no. The second time I said yes, because you're like, "Oh, I need locking." I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm like, after that fucking the City Walk one when I did my solo. Like, okay, I'm done. I don't have to. I hit City Walk.
That stage. You're
like,
done.
I'm good. And he's like, "No, we need locking." And I was like, "Can your ass fucking do locking?" And she's like, "No, I'm busy directing." You motherfucker.
But you gotta admit that stage of City Walk is not like any other stage.
Yeah, it's small.
I'm
just kidding. But it is also like the crowds come like in and out, but the crowds once they start gathering, it's fucking like
it's huge.
It's fucking huge.
It's huge.
Like it's like a mini concert.
It's a mini concert every single time.
So yeah, so that's kind of like the catalyst of it. Like I started the first one where I brought in a lot of people. Same people came in for the next one, and people wanted it, and that's one of the reasons I did Temper Tantrum, was because the group wanted it, and I was like,
they wanted City Walk again.
They because I didn't want any, and those of you who listen to the podcast plenty of times, right? You guys know that I didn't want any form of responsibility leading a dance company because it's just a lot of responsibility, and running a business and trying to be a dad. And the only way I was gonna continue Temper Tantrum was if we found a way to make it profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Temper Tantrum, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of opportunities are coming from Crystal's side and other sides, so we'll see where it goes. Yeah, it's a company. So it's a company now? Company! Yeah. Company! 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 Yes. Alright, I'll see you. Jordan, tell your dad company. Say company to your dad. Company! Yeah. Company! Company! I love you guys. I'll see you guys over there and on Friday. All right, let's go freestyle. I want to
because the whole business side, like time, and I didn't want to just go make a glorified hobby that took a million hours. Because of those of you who have experience with running a team or choreographing, it takes time, and it sucks to not get paid for that. So that became like the objective. One of the objectives for Temper Tantrum is to make it a profitable dance company and somehow make it my dream for it to be is one of the first dance companies that pay it like a regular company, where there's entry level, senior level, mid level, the C-suite and all that stuff, like a traditional business but for dancers. And I mean, how awesome would it be to interview, send your resume, and kind of like this is the style you can do. And then because Temper Tantrum is kind of versatile, and that's what we're aiming for, versatile, and we do, like, you can fit a kind of like a certain thing we go for.
It's inspiring. He had this all planned out. I didn't. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And that's why you need a board.
And I think that's one thing too, like I've learned from FanBiz, like is when I led FanBiz on my own from 2004 to 2007, I was on my own. And when I brought Mark,
Mark Miranda,
when I brought him back on right after he graduated high school and brought in some other people, it was a huge stress reliever of like, other people choreographing, other people booking things, other people. It was the best part. So obviously going into Temper Tantrum, taking in that lesson, like bring in people that who can get the job done. So I know choreography and all that stuff. I did, as much as I enjoyed it with my part, I'm like, I'd like to keep it minimal, and I gave it to you, whoever else in Temper Tantrum, and Brandon. And then I just want to focus on the business logistics, obviously, because that way, at the end of the day, I feel like my job is to build our brand, but make us profitable and somehow have us continue earning money. Because my dream is to make this to make, I guess, a living wage or living income from this.
No, yeah, you're right.
Because like when you guys are going to see the video soon, when I do the compilation of like the dancers receiving their checks and some of them like tearing up, I'm like, damn, like how and a lot of them saying like they earned like $100 out of it. Even she said that. It's crazy because it's like, it shows how undervalued dancers are.
I'm so proud of Emeroy for doing that. Like, he took my dream away from me. It's okay. but not necessarily. I will say this, like, I'm thankful for Emeroy because I have been part of gigs where the choreographer, not sorry, if the artist paid, but it was so minimal. But like Emeroy, like he paid his dancers like, oh my God, like it was so beautiful. And I'm just like, hell yes. And I'm just thankful that like someone's got to do that. It may not be me, but it's definitely someone that I know that I hold dear to did that. And that's why like whoever's trying to like create a company like this where your goal is to pay your dancers for their services, like you can't just do it by yourself. You need the creatives. You need the business side. You need the logistics. That's why a board is essential in a dance community. It's important. You can't do everything. I mean, hey, if you can, amen to you. But I know in my journey, I didn't know how.
That's such a hard pill to swallow.
It really is.
Because it's like that you can't do everything.
You can't do everything.
Because that means having to rely on others, and then that means admitting your weaknesses. So
yeah, like Emeroy choreographed like 4 counts of 8. That's all he did. But he directed the whole entire thing. On top of that, worked on like trying to get us compensated. He had Brandon and I, like mostly Brandon, I will say, I just assisted, incorporating our artistry within the Temper Tantrum. We also had the amazing Crystal, that's the logistics, keeping that family together. And you need those people. You really do. And like, that's definitely something like I wish I did with Lavad, because I mean, I wanted Lavad to be paid, but I will say this, I'm thankful where we went to, because
yeah, you guys, yeah,
I will say that. Yes, I'm thankful to the stages we went to, but yes, there was no compensation, but it was a beautiful experience that I know I can't replace.
It was a really cool experience. Like no other company, or what have I ever performed on? The Clippers floor, the Lakers
floor.
Fuck, and the Nike 3-on-3. Shit, those are epic. So, and then perform on Carnival for multiple times. So that was a really great opportunity. Jeté. Yeah. So
love you, Tiffany. Love you, Carrie. Love you, Paulette. But I'm like, yo, it's late.
But yeah, so that's definitely one thing that we're talking